Tonight on the Bayou Breakdown, LSU adds one more in the win column to close the season. Women's basketball handles business against NC Central, and one golfer who is making waves on the national stage. All this and more, the Bayou Breakdown starts now. Good evening and welcome to the final Bayou Breakdown of the semester. I'm Madelyn Frentress.
And I'm Jaida Farris. Madelyn, let's waste no time. Let's talk LSU OU this weekend. You know, you had guys like Aaron Anderson, 100-yard kick return touchdown. Exactly what you want to see from him. He's had a great season. Whit Weeks rounded out a great season on Saturday, winning SEC Defensive Player of the Week this morning. And he got the win.
Yeah.
LSU got the win after a 3-game losing streak,
Above
and
all
that's
else.
exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they really needed this win, Jaida. It was nice to see them close out the season, be resilient. That 3-game losing streak was really tough on them, and it was nice to see that they could overcome that. It was a really complete football game from them. It actually was at the game this weekend. It was also senior night, and they really did send the seniors off right. LSU finishes the season on a high note with a solid win over Oklahoma, where they were efficient on both sides of the ball. Even after a 5th straight season opening loss and a tough 3-game losing streak that ended their playoff hopes, the Tigers pulled off 2 wins over teams who were better than people originally thought them to be. LSU finishes the season 8-4, which isn't up to the usual standard, but the team is excited for the future.
I didn't come down here to go 8-4. I'm not happy about 8-4. Okay, nobody in that room's happy about being 8-4. What they're happy about is they've played well after a 3-game losing streak, and they bounce back. And this game teaches you lessons about grit and toughness and perseverance and not giving up and letting go of the rope. Right? They easily could have fractured. Right? Instead, they stuck together and they stayed committed.
Even though the noise surrounding the health of the program has been loud lately, the team sees things differently.
When we do the things the right way and we're about our process the right way, that we're a dangerous football team. When we look back on it and there are 3 quarters of football that we want back, that could completely change our season and the way it would look right now. And, I think that's the frustrating thing, but that's the motivating thing, is we were right there.
And since their last game was also senior night, they had even more cause to finish the season with a win.
I mean, that team meeting really changed. I mean, we came out here and won 2 games in a row, finished the season off right. And, I mean, whenever we got the guys in there, we just told them, like, look, there's dudes in this room who have been fighting for so long. Like, we need to go out there and play for these guys.
And with the seniors moving on, we're already starting to see younger players step up.
It's only going to go up from here, really, especially finishing the season off well, then whatever bowl game we're playing in, finishing that off well, and then just moving on from there. I think Coach Kelly and the staff, I think they're in a great position, man, especially with the players, some of the players that they have coming back. I think it'll be a great season next year for them.
With 8 wins, LSU's now looking to start preparing for the bowl game. And after that, it's year 4 of the Brian Kelly era, developing the players they already have on the roster and making some moves in the transfer portal during the offseason. Yeah, Jaida, it'll be interesting to see what bowl game they land in and what next year's roster is going to look like. But before we get ahead of ourselves, LSU wasn't the only one that ended the college football regular season with a bang.
Yeah, Madelyn, everybody's favorite weekend of the year, rivalry weekend. Now, it may have looked a little different for LSU this year, but not for everyone else, as several teams look to keep their CFP hopes alive and punch their ticket into conference championship games. Now, let's start in Clemson, South Carolina, at the 121st Palmetto Bowl. And with both teams, South Carolina and Clemson, looking to reach for the college football playoff. Now, the main story from this game is quarterbacks coming up big on the ground. You have Cade Klubnik, 24 for 36
He's got some
for
wheels.
280 yards. And then you have Lenora Sellers, 13 for 21, 164 yards, 16 rushes for him, and 2 touchdowns. Now, back to Cade a little bit, as we'll see here in a second. Cade rushed for 62 yards of his own and brought in 10 rushes for 62 yards and brought in 2 touchdowns for Clemson. And then you have Lenora Sellers. He broke 18 tackles, the most by a quarterback since broken tackles became a stat. And he's been having a great year, 17 total touchdowns from him. And the real nail in the coffin here for Clemson was this Cade Klubnik interception to Demetrius Knight to seal the win for the Gamecocks, who wait for the committee to decide their fate. Clemson still has the ACC title game versus SMU due to Miami's loss against Syracuse, but you know what they say, You're welcome, Dabo Sweeney.
All right, Jaida, we're going to take it out west to College Station now as the Lone Star Showdown was revived after 12 years away, with the winner clinching a spot in the SEC title game. First up here, we got Arch Manning on 4th down. He's going to make a man miss here. Watch him. He gets the first down. Whoop! And then he's going to go even farther, taking it to the house, reaching for the pylon, and he gives the Longhorns an early 7-0 lead. Next up here, we got Quinn Ewers for Texas with a wheel route to Jaden Blue. How did he catch that in the corner of the end zone? Then we got Quinn Ewers again here. Oh, unfortunately, throwing an interception. A 93-yard pick six, in fact, to Will Lee, a DB from A&M, and that would be the only points that A&M would score all game. Then we got A&M getting stuffed here on a 4th down on the 1-yard line. They went 0-3 on 4th down in this game, and Texas will hold the Aggies to 248 total yards, 4 of 11 on 3rd downs, forced 2 turnovers, and again, there were 0 offensive points in this game. This was a big defensive game for the UT Texas Longhorns, and Texas will head to Atlanta to avenge their earlier loss, their only loss to Georgia, and Texas A&M will await their bowl game. But with all that being said, let's make our picks for this year's champions, Jaida. Here's our best bets presented by Campus Federal. Jaida, who you got?
Madelyn, a little drawing of my own. I'm taking the Oregon Ducks. We also have this one, too, if you want to see it. Oregon's coming up big this season. They're 12-0. You have Dylan Gabriel, who's had over 3,200, my bad, passing yards this season. And I think that's going to take them all the way to a natty in January. How about you, Madelyn?
Yeah, Jaida, I mean, personally, I got to take the Texas Longhorns. They're going all the way. This is just such a talented roster. I mean, we've seen it, especially from the defense. They're #1 in scoring defense and total defense, and that offense isn't lacking either. Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning. This team walked into the SEC and just took it over. I mean, they're just dominant all the way around.
Now, switching gears a little bit, LSU basketball returned home to face off against North Carolina Central, and head coach Kim Mulkey continues to add to her Hall of Fame resume. Christian Gladney was in the PMAC with the story.
Coming off a successful business trip to the Bahamas, LSU women's basketball had one thing on their mind: keep the momentum going. And one player off the bench made her presence known rather early.
Nicknamed Woo! Arkansas transfer Jersey Wolfenbarger continues to provide a spark off the bench, and her improvement week to week isn't going unnoticed.
Well, I'm impressed with Jersey's improvement since I've had her on the floor. But, you know, you don't have to be the strongest in there to be the most effective in there. She is just really, really progressing at a fast pace, and we're grateful she's here at LSU.
In her 3rd season in the purple and gold, superstar guard Flajay Johnson made sure to get hers as well, finishing with a game-high 22 points. But one thing Tigers fans didn't realize they needed was a miracle. The Mississippi State transfer guard tied her career high with 7 steals, and she takes pride in being the best defender on the team.
I was always taught defense wins championships, so that's just the defense is just fun to me, and my whole deal is just to make it fun for everybody. It's just a team effort. It's just your willingness, it's your determination to really want to get a stop on defense.
By a final score of 131-44, Kim Mulkey secured her 100th win as the head coach for LSU. Mulkey is the quickest to accomplish this feat in LSU women's basketball history. With the way that the Tigers are rolling, 200 wins should be right around the corner. For Tiger TV, I'm Christian Gladney.
In her 4th season at LSU, head coach Kim Mulkey boasts a 117 record, a national championship, and has locked down the #1 recruiting class of 2025.
Before yesterday's action, Christian also was able to meet fans for an extra exciting edition of the Raising Cane's Fan Cam presented by Raising Cane's.
Welcome back to the Raising Cane's Fan Cam,
which is proudly presented by Raising Cane's.
I'm your host, Christian Gladney, and I'm here with
Kaysen,
Keller,
and I have 3 questions for you guys. The first question, #1, how many wins does Kim Mulkey have with LSU?
99.
He's correct, 99. Question #2, we're going to switch to football now. Who was LSU's starting quarterback in 2012?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll give you a hint. That was the team with Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr.
Jordan Jefferson.
That's incorrect. You're 1 for 2. It was Zach Mettenberger, LSU legend. And your last and final question to go 2 for 3 to pass, get a passing grade. Who were the brothers that played LSU baseball and now play in the majors?
Oh, the Nola brothers. Austin and Aaron Nola.
Correct. That's 2 for 3. Great job. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you.
You passed the Raising Cane's Fan Cam presented by Raising Cane's. Good job.
Thanks, Christian. Now, tomorrow night, it'll be the men's basketball team taking the floor of the PMAC against Florida State in the SEC-ACC Challenge. The Tigers won't be at full strength, so here's the injury report sponsored by Get Gordon. Damian Collins will remain out with a shoulder injury, and Noah Boyd continues to recover from ACL surgery, but is a game-time decision. Tyra Ward will also remain out with their personal issues off the court.
We will be covering that game, so make sure to watch our socials for updates all the time. And the tip-off is at 8 p.m.
Absolutely, Jaida. Coming up, a look at one LSU golfer whose talent cannot go ignored.
Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started.
Get Gordon. And get it done. Yeah, everybody know Gordon in a 225. And he done leave with Big Four. He got buku ties, Ferrari sliding, flying in a new coupe ride. And every time I ride by, I see a brand new sign. I'm with Gordon. I know that he gon' get it done. Whether it's a big truck crash or a hit and run. Recovery funds, he fighting to get a ton. Mike Epps, man, we all about the Benjamin. Handling injuries, man, are you kidding me? Gordon McKernan, that's champion energy. Yeah, family man with a family plan. Get Gordon, he gon' fix it like a handyman. Get Gordon. And get it done.
Welcome back. The LSU women's golf program has been plenty of success over the past couple of years, winning their first SEC championship in 2022 and sporting last year's Annika Award winner. 2024 shows no signs of drought as the Tigers may have themselves a star on the course. Our own Kennedy Banks has the story.
This is freshman golfer Rocio Tejado. And that was her swing. That swing has carried her through the first few months of her collegiate career, which is rapidly catching national attention. As just a freshman, the top 50 world amateur golfer has burst onto the scene. She's had 3 top 5 finishes this season and a win and tie. Despite the seemingly quick success, Rocio has long been committed to golfing.
I started playing golf because all my family played. My sister Carla, she studied here, and I was 5 years old, she was 9. And we were all the time at the golf course playing with my parents, and that inspired me to continue playing.
Talent runs in the Tejado family. Rocio's sister Carla Tejado was an essential part of the team that brought the golf program its first SEC championship, and she finished top 10 among all NCAA golfers in her senior season, inspiring her little sister in the process.
Since I was very young, I've been wanted to follow my sister's steps. That's reason that I come here, and I think she inspired me in all the aspects because she puts a lot of passion on what she does.
LSU women's golf had 3 top 10 NCAA golfers in the 2023 season, and Rocio wants to be a part of the next wave of greatness.
Last year in grade, my sister and Latana graduated from here. I think that's pushing me to be like them, to try to be All-American team, SEC Freshman of the Year. So I think that goal is hard to achieve, but having them here on every poster, that's helping a lot. So.
Tejado has already earned a spot on the Fall Annika Award watch list. The highly sought-after award is presented to the top female collegiate golfer in the nation. One of the youngest on the list, Tejado understands the competition, but she's confident in herself.
But no, it's not intimidated. I'm not intimidated because I'm being myself, and if it happens, it happens, and if not, I just gave my 100%.
With game as solid as Rocio's and 4 years still to go, her potential with the Tigers is an exciting prospect. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Kennedy Banks.
What Rocio has accomplished in the short time period that she's been a Tiger is impressive. LSU golf might be in for some hefty award seasons over the next 4 years with Tejado in the lineup.
From the green to the gridiron, reporter Patricia Caputo spoke to an LSU soccer player who helped her high school football team win games 1 kick at a time.
The LSU soccer team appeared in their 4th consecutive NCAA tournament this season with the help of freshman Riley McDonald.
There's like a lot of deciding factors to what college you go to, and I just love the program here, and when I visit here, I automatically knew this is where I wanted to be.
Winning is nothing new to Riley. Last year, her high school soccer team won the state championship.
Playing in front of like a football crowd like I did, it's definitely a lot of pressure, and I think that really helped set me up for success for later on.
But she's not just a soccer player.
Every year we do this like powder puff game around homecoming time, and I ended up making like a 35-yard field goal with like no practice.
We had a kicker that was dealing with a hamstring injury, and we needed some help, and we asked her to come try, putting the pads on and seeing what she could do, and she could kick it just as well, if not better, with the helmet and shoulder pads and stuff on.
During her senior year, she was the starting kicker for Mountain Vista High School's football team in Colorado.
And she splits the uprights.
At first I was so nervous, and I remember the first time I did it, like I just was like, this is such a cool opportunity.
We knew she could do it, and I think she knew she could do it too. You don't even think about it being a female kicking with the boys. I just looked at it as a great athlete making a kick.
While playing football may seem dangerous, McDonald said her team never failed to protect her.
I felt like I was the same with or without pads. Like I would have gone out there without pads just because the O-line and all of them were such good blockers, and I didn't get hit once.
While Riley's football career may be over, as a freshman for LSU soccer, she still has plenty of time to emerge as a leader for the team.
If she can go out with boys and do what she did, the stuff with the girls, I mean, she's been doing that her whole life, so don't even have to think about that. Just go be you and be great.
There's so much ahead of us, and this is just the start. We have so much to look forward this season and seasons to come.
And who knows? Maybe one day, Brian Kelly will give her a call. Patricia Caputo for Tiger TV Sports.
Riley McDonald and the soccer team, not the football team, will now continue to work towards their goals for next season. After the break, our own Santiago Rodriguez joins us on set with a story about one LSU track star. Stick with us.
Get Gordon. And get it done. Yeah, everybody know Gordon in a 225. He done link with Big Foe. He got buku ties, Farris flying in a new coupe ride. And every time I ride by, I see a brand new sign. I'm with Gordon. I know that he gon' get it done. Whether it's a big truck crash or a hit and run. Recovery funds, he fighting to get a ton. Mike Epps, man, we all about the Benjamin. Handling injuries, man, are you kidding me? Gordon McKernan, that's champion energy. Yeah, family man with a family plan. Get Gordon, he gon' fix it like a handyman. Get Gordon. And get it done.
Welcome back to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Santiago Rodriguez. Lorena Rangel Batris is a Mexican track athlete at LSU. She's finishing her collegiate career, preparing herself for her final season as a Tiger. Mexico is a country where track athletes suffer from lack of support. Luckily for Lorena, she was offered an opportunity that she couldn't say no to.
I was contacted by my coach, Houston Franks. He told me about LSU, which I had no idea about, and that I could get a degree while running track at the highest level.
All this happened after having some great results in the Mexican Track and Field National Championship.
It was unexpected, but at the same time, I was very happy and grateful for the results. Coming into that season in 2019, I didn't know I was going to be able to win 3 national championships.
Distance track athletes have the busiest calendar at LSU, competing in 3 different seasons for the entire school year.
We have cross-country season during the fall semester, then we have indoor season early spring, and then outdoor season the rest of the spring semester.
Rangel's season doesn't end there. She returns to Mexico every summer, always focused on working toward her goals.
That's my goal, to represent it in the biggest stages like World Championships, Pan American Games, Central American Games, the Olympics.
Lorena is heading to her last indoor season with excitement and prepared for her final sprint as a Tiger.
In preparation for the indoor season, my last indoor season, I am very excited. I know it's going to be my last one, and one of my goals is to make it to nationals. So I'm very excited and at the same time grateful, just trying to wrap my head around the fact that it's going to be the very last time I race for LSU.
Thanks, Santiago. That's all we have for tonight and this semester. I'm Madelyn Frentress.
And I'm Jaida Farris. Have a great night, Tigers.